When we two parted, in silence and tears, half broken-hearted, to sever for years, pale grew thy cheek and cold, colder thy kiss. Truly that honour foretold sorrow to this. In secret we met, in silence I grieve, that thy heart could forget, thy spirit deceive. If I should meet thee after long years, how should I greet thee? With silence and tears. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought I was alone. You see, people don't wander through here all that much. You must understand my surprise. What am I doing here? Oh, you know, just indulging in some good old poetry. In a graveyard, in the middle of the night. You know, now that I'm saying that out loud, it does sound a bit strange. Trust me, I'd love to be doing something else right now, but unfortunately I don't have much else to do. Unemployed? Well, that's one way to put it, I suppose. Yes, I am very much unemployed. Very, very much unemployed. Like, unemployed from life, kind of unemployed. Although, I used to have this lovely job back in... never mind. Forget I said anything. Actually, now that I think about it, what are you doing here? Just walking around the gravestones, are we? In the dead of night. Oh, you really are out here on a walk. Please excuse what I'm about to say, but haven't you got anything better to do? Listen, I apologise. It's just, well, surely there must be something more entertaining than this. Something more thrilling than marbling at people's graves. Unless you're a fan of the gothic. Completely understand that. Excuse you? Performing poetry is very entertaining, thank you very much. Far more entertaining than what you're doing, at least. Well, yes, I am well aware I do not have an audience. I have eyes, you know, but sometimes poetry is better enjoyed when someone is alone. Just as admiring gravestones can only be truly enjoyed alone. After all, I don't think you'd be able to go sightseeing in a graveyard with a +1. How would you even invite someone to join you? Hello there. Want to come and look at the dead people's graves with me? Sounds rather absurd if you ask me. But hey, what do you know? Anyways, are you really just here to look at gravestones? Well, alright then. Don't let me stop you. Although, make sure you don't touch any. Don't want to be cursed by an angry spirit, that's for sure. There's quite a handful roaming around here, so I'd do my best to keep your hands to yourself. Do you understand? Good. Let's start again, shall we? My name is Ria. What might be yours? Ah, that's a very lovely name. Very chic. Rolls off the tongue. No handshakes, I'm afraid. I don't do handshakes. No, it's not the germs I'm worried about. It's just, well, what the hell? I'll just tell you. Listen, I know right now you're under the impression that I'm some kind of weirdo who likes to talk to herself in graveyards in her spare time. But I promise you that is not the case. It's, difficult to explain, but I'm something more than human. Or less than human, I suppose. Depends on which way you look at it. Anyway, I'm what people talk about in scary stories and whatnot. Something people used to scare their friends and family with. Especially children. Always scares the children the most. Oh, you look confused. Okay, come on. You know, when people throw a bedsheet on top of themselves and cut out a pair of eyes or something and run around the house like lunatics. They jump out and say boo, or settle with an ominous ooh sound. Haunted houses, Ouija boards. Does anything spring to mind? Really? Nothing? I'm a ghost. A scary, spooky ghost. Yes, a very scary ghost who reads poetry. But I have a very good reason for reading poetry. Well, you see, I was once a highly renowned poet who was loved by the nation. Why people would travel far and wide to see me perform my work. If you'd ever be so kind as to follow me, I'll show you my gravestone. Yes, right this way. Now, where is it? I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere. Yes, of course I know where it is. Kind of ghost would I be if I didn't know where my corpse was buried? No, I don't need your help. It's on this row, I'm sure of it. God, this would be a whole lot easier if they cleaned the gravestones once in a while. Might be hard to believe, but we do actually have a groundskeeper. Well, we used to. He hasn't done his patrol in about a month or so. The last time I saw him, he was having a nap right over there by that tomb. Must have had a migraine or something of the sort. It was sad to see that he was in such a state, but an axe to the head would do that to you, unfortunately. Ah, there it is. See, that's my name right there. Oh, and if you could brush off the leaves right there. Yes, and the cobweb. Thank you. You'll see a very kind message left by my loyal supporters. A treasured daughter, a loyal friend, and a poet treasure of our humble town. Blessed souls, you were too kind to me, but I digress. There's your proof that I was truly a national treasure. Okay, maybe not a national treasure, but still, it's evident that people loved my work. I even published my poems in a small book and sold hundreds of copies across the country. Quite impressive, if I do say so myself. I have to show you some of my work another night. Ah, you're mistaken, my dear. Earlier I was reciting some of Lord Byron's work, not my own. I also know a bit of Shakespeare, for example. Sorry, phantom throat. Let me not, the marriage of true minds, admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when its alteration finds, or bends the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark, that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's no time's full, those rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not within his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon be proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. It never gets old. I absolutely adore romantic poetry. What about you? Are you a fan of poetry? Or perhaps just general literature? Ah, I see. Very well then. You don't happen to have time, would you? Very funny. You know, just because I'm dead doesn't mean I don't have places to be. Now, the time, if you please. Marvellous. That means it's almost 3 a.m, or the witching hour, as you living like to call it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a very important meeting to attend. Tonight, Me and the other residents of the graveyard will be discussing the sudden influx of vampires lurking around our burials. Recently, we've been seeing a lot more of them walking around here on the grounds. Also, you won't believe this, but some of them have even started to dig up our graves. We keep telling them that we're all dried up and there's no blood left for them to drink, but do they listen? No, they just keep digging us up and gnawing on us like we're chew toys. They must be struggling to hunt down your cat for some reason. No offense, but I'd much prefer if they got back to killing you guys instead of messing around with our corpses. Just let us rest, for God's sakes. It's not hard to put the shovel down and walk away. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it would be the best if you left as soon as humanly possible. Don't want them to spot you now, do you? I don't think so. Maybe I'll see you another night. After all, I still need to show you some of my work. But for now, have a wonderful night. Make sure to stay alert. Yes, goodbye now. Get home safely. Besides, I don't think we have enough space for another body.